have to go live now because it's too.
Hi, Jake.
Hey, Luca. Malcolm's here. I think Brent's joining, but I will go live now. So let's make sure it's live and on my thing first. Should be. I'm gonna check on my phone. Oh yeah, perfect. We are live and this. Okay, thanks for joining us. Tonight's gonna be something special because we been hearing quite a lot of bad news, shall we say? Yeah, I like to hear bad news and the market do a different thing. So the US is investigating more to the biggest crypto exchange, Binance, saying they're dealing offshore and stuff like that, not regulated enough. I think we saw some sell-off on what's day today? Today's Tuesday, right? Sunday, Monday, right? Yesterday was some was selling on Bitcoin, but today we saw strong buying today, right? So bad news turned into positive thing in there. Yep, I'm live. Okay, hi. I'm sorry, I'm running two side on my Zoom, and I see someone join us on YouTube as well. By all means, if you have any question on YouTube, you can put it onto the comment section. I do see it, and I will try and answer it as well. Okay, so yeah, so the bad news of crypto turned into good news. I can quickly show Bitcoin chart, right? And I'll share screen very quickly. Screen 2. Go to daily chart will be clear, and I'll talk about weekly. So yesterday, arguable, it wasn't even selling that much anyway. It was it? Yeah, Sunday. Oh yeah, today is Wednesday. Sorry, time fly. Yeah. So yeah, so Monday had a sell-off, yesterday range, and then now today we got strong buying. I think we are going to, if according to my plan, I think we are going to see this 29,000 area break above. Okay, so sometime, if you really focusing on the so-called news, you might think, oh God, this is ranging now, I'm going to get out, right? Remember, we've been talking about, and I have been buying around this 20,000. Yes, arguable. Why didn't we buy at 15? Because I was wrong. Okay, but I don't want to be wrong anymore. So I've been buying around this area. So now happy to continue because I really think we are looking more like things like the so we had a bullish run until 2021, and then the correction period in 2022. The same thing in 2017, we make the high, swing high, previous high, and then we have a corrective 2018, now 2019, boom, that bullish run there. All right. So this is just a halving cycle. If you are, this is, I think 2023, we will have something like that, a bullish run, a big correction. Shouldn't take, well, if it's same pattern, then you shouldn't take off the 15, which just make a base somewhere, maybe around the 17, 18, and go again, the real move, but that will come next year. So when I would take profit, I want to show you guys something. It's brand new. It's not my website, but it's my good friend's website. We're very, we work together a lot. Ooh, this is something new. I didn't know I can do this. I don't know what I've done now. I only got it yesterday, okay, guys. So, but this is definitely much, much better. You can see from now, if this is, I pop in there, 2,000. If I think the price action is very much like 2019, you can see Bitcoin would from now should jump up a bit more, and then the final bit, boom, charge to around. I can get now, I love it so much because I can actually get an exact day. That was June the 28th, 2019. That wasn't there before. Now it's just so much better, because if I take off this, Can I take off? Oh, okay, let's just leave it. If I do just the normal 10 years, not the true path. So the 10 years is the orange line. It's flat. It's different. It moves differently. But if the behavior is like 2019, I could take off the 10 years and just look at the 2019 behavior of how Bitcoin work. I mean, there's only one thing that obviously will let me use it to trade, and other things that I use a lot. It might be a bit complicated for you guys is the commitment of traders. Another chart from marketmakeclear.com that I use a lot. It's just to see the commercial buying behavior on that and what happened in 2019. It is very, very similar. So they had the initial, the green line means long contract. So buying momentum. So in a simple term, in my simple explanation, smart money coming in, charging in. But they reach to a point and then they drop and then they go again. We have something very similar, okay? But one particular party that I want to look at is, perhaps I will show it. Why is it not moving? Okay, yes, moving up back to this way. Is the when we had the peak at around 68,000 pounds. I want you guys to focus on one particular party. Usually I don't look at this party. Is the non-reportable. That's the peak. And we can see the non-reportable charging. And I still remember because I got out around 42, 44 Bitcoin in November, December time. I didn't sell it on the peak, all right? Back then, we didn't have the commemorative trader of Bitcoin. It came in 2022, okay? The data is only available in 2022. So I didn't have that. But now we're looking back at it as a back testing. Non-reportable. Do you have a nicer name? I don't want to be too rude, but it's definitely the opposite of smart money, shall we say? They charge in the last minute, probably hearing too many good news, right? Bitcoin's going to go to 100K, 200K, and then they think they're going to miss out and charge in. What happened? We already know that's history, all right? So now is something that I'm keeping very closely, that looking at now, present day, we can see the non-report. No problem for the commercial start buying because we had a little dip. I want to see them buying, but if it's similar like 2019, they're not going to make a new high on commercial long contract. But I do want to see the non-reportable do something similar, okay? But when they do something similar, it's time for me to sell off. Not to buy more. Unfortunately, I don't want to use them as like, you know, the opposite guy, but the history shows that. So that was something that is very interesting that I want to show you guys why I tend to forget about too much on what you hear on the actual news, but focusing on your actual plan. But to plan investing, you know, I use a lot of commitment of trader to track where the smart money is. Okay, so that's one thing that I want to show you guys. Other things that now tonight's purpose is to go through how we plan end of day trading. I know usually we have, not usually, every Sunday I prepare a plan for the week, but this is a good day. It's a Wednesday. So I have another 1 or 2 action day, perhaps just tomorrow, a full day. Friday, I'm very lazy, man. After 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4:30 max, unless it's something really dramatic happen. Otherwise, I don't really trade that much because it's Friday, man. You know, Europe is closed already. It's only the US. So how we do things is very simple. Ooh, very bullish. I like. So I have no noticed recently. There's some move at around 6 after 6, 7 o'clock. Have you noticed, Luca?
Yeah, even yesterday night.
Right. So here, like, jump to the
Yeah, from 7 o'clock. Yeah.
7 o'clock, and then boom, and that. So hey, man, this today I said I want to. I marked something about Tesla. I want to buy, but one thing I didn't take action because I was expecting a more retracement first from S&P or Nasdaq before I take action on Tesla, but I'm not. So now back to the basic, because you should always look at daily. Now is about 7, so we have 2 more hours of trading time on US, but I definitely wouldn't say this is a high liquidity time, right? So definitely not a high liquidity time. So we daily, we can see, I mean, last week, a lot of bad news again, right? So Credit Suisse, and then Deutsche Bank, and then another bank, so many banks are in trouble. I'm not saying that they're out of the room. They are definitely suffering with this high interest rate environment, right? I'm not going to go through too in depth on that, but certainly they're not out of the room. But the chart is different, all right? Now we can see, I said many times, inverted head and shoulder. Okay, arguable, we're trying to break the neckline, but the blue box would be key. So above 4,000, 4,100, I think, something like that, and get the exact price. Yeah, well, 4,040, 50, depending on your broker, then it will open up a lot more room for that. So my play for this would be, because it looks bullish, I want to be aggressive, and tomorrow is key. You already see now drop down to 1 hour. Multiple times we try to break this channel, so this looks a little bit more promising. But we then head into the monthly pivot, but it's less significant because this is March. This PIV dotted line is March pivot, and we all know March is today's 29.
Yeah, so it's coming to an end. Yeah.
Less significant on that anyway. So I think we may see a rejection and then come back in here. I could take a trade, but I want to see where the daily pivot is. Right. So today we reach R2. So pivot will step just around this area. I think it's around 3996, this sort of area. So then I'll watch, because current price action, let me clean this, is, this phase one on 1 hour, currently still in phase one, because, it's not pulling back. So it is due for a pullback. So something around this area, daily pivot, and then use S1 or swing as my stop loss would be ideal, but something I keep in an eye. So I want to be a buyer, continue to be a buyer, or S&P 500 is aggressive, because I know it's really need to clear 4,041, but I have control when I take the pullback here. Usually should have a bounce. When they have a bounce, I can pull my stop loss to there. All right, to protect my trade. So I want to be aggressive, and I will stick to my plan to be a buyer. The reason being is, this is NASDAQ, I think. Yep, look at this. NASDAQ is now, well, if you look at daily, really shallow retracement, and now we are going to do this. Okay, couple of options. Above 13,000 would be fantastic. So bullish, then they look for a small time frame retest. We're great. I might be aggressive again, but when I said I'm going to be aggressive, entry needs to be clean and elegant. So we already have one over here. So around this 12,700 area, coincide with a lot of interaction, the fake, because a lot of people will see this as a head and shoulder, right? And a fake out come back in there, and I like to see a retest stay above, then yes, that. So again, I'll be checking daily pivot tomorrow around the 12,700 area to for my buy limit order. Stop loss, swing low, S1, up to you guys. And then would I take profit at 13,000? I don't know, actually. I think I would probably keep it for a bit longer if I can protect my stop loss, because that price action looks bullish to me. And, you know, other stock has been bullish. Crypto is bullish. So happy to stay in for, because this is free traffic, man. I might take some profit here. Okay, but leave some running through this area. Scaling in for sure anyway. Above 13,000. All right. So that's what I like to do. And then moving on to Dow Jones Industrial. It has been a bit of rotation. Been a little bit more bullish the last couple of days than NASDAQ, because NASDAQ had a retracement, but really we need to clear this, right? So this 32,800, 33,000 area in here. Yeah. Need to clear that first. So I will use that as a reference. I'm never a big Dow Jones trader anyway. So above that would be ideal. Russell as well, you can see, I like to see things like, okay, you know, we were trying to build a base in there. And you just by reading price action alone, you can see exhaustive selling, buyers coming back, a little bit of pullback, and then today's buying again. So I like to see this break and continue higher. Not going to trade Russell because it's the weakest out of the four. So I'm not going to trade that, but I do like to see potentially go back to around the 2000 area, maybe 2100 area. So, you know, see how it goes on that, but use it as a reference. But, you know, 2000 would be ideal when it breaks this area. European indices, I don't really trade too much, but again, it's bullish. You know, I already got a couple of alerts from IG today, like CAD is increased it, how many? Over 1% today, when isn't it a big protest in France at the moment? Stock market shouldn't go up when it's protest, is it?
Even the bank when they collapse.
Oh yeah, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank and stuff like that. Why are they still breaking higher? It should just fall, right? If it's that simple, when it's bad news, you short the market, then why do I have to spend so much time study technical analysis, right? So just listen to the news then. And then when it's good news, I buy. When it's bad news, I short, right? So funny. Right, so it's bullish, breaks above, it will be more bullish. If you like to trade the European indices, by all means, suit yourself, but I'm more focused on that. My index, Hang Seng, pops higher today, and this has been quite bullish the last 2 days, but we reached to the monthly pivot again. I like to see it climb back above 20,100 area, okay, but I don't like this kind of price action. So, and usually I'm sleeping. I like my beauty sleep. I don't trade Hong Kong often, so I just use it as a reference. So, you know, so that's what I see on the indices. So I'm bullish on the indices. Dollar index is pissing me off again. All right, it's we saw some selling yesterday, Monday. Yesterday post, and today we'll have a double doji reversal. So I said we could early of the week, we could see it bounce back up a bit first to, I think it's back to the monthly pivot. I know it's less significant, but still here. So around the blue box area, which is a 103.30, something like that area, and look for rejection. Hence why today, which I'll talk about a little bit more about gold, I closed it because I'm not seeing selling anymore on dollar, and they have an inverse correlation. I haven't seen Aussie yet. I like to see Aussie maintain quite well. Why do I like to see? Okay, the indice is breaking higher, I like to see Aussie breaks higher as well. Usually they have a correlation. Not doing awful lot. I'm not looking to trade, but I do like to see it breaks higher as well, along with indices. But they don't have to do it, but better if I can see that as well. Euro is the opposite of dollar index. So, so boring, isn't it? Like you think this is a retracement, and then it goes up 1 or 2 days and give you a doji. All right. So not going to surprise me that make a double bottom 107 and go again. So keep an eye on that. Pound wanted to trade long, but you got to be super aggressive. And now we reached to a level again. So arguable around the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 area is a level. So, and today's a reversal bar. So we may, I don't want to see that deep retracement now. Something around this area first, like whatever, triple bottom, 1 to 190, stay above, drop down to a smaller time frame, half an hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, depending on your preference. Look for a double bottom around this area. Okay, 121, 122 area. Look for a double bottom. So, but I would suggest 15-minute, because looking at the previous in here, 1 hour you don't get a pattern, but 15-minute you will see a pattern. Then trade that. It's this pattern happen all the time, but it's just you need to use the pattern according to your plan. So like here, right here, you can take the breakout through here and then just stay in the trade for a bit, because you can do this and then suddenly go. So probably a few days. Hence why I think gold may drop a little bit. Not that, not that I wanted to, but it's just, it is what it is, right? Again, this chart doesn't excite me. You should know I trending market. This is not trending. This is this way. Yeah, arguable inverted head and shoulder, but break that first. Okay, but not top of my list on Kiwi. Dollar Swiss, people know me. I don't trade Swissy. There's a reason why. You should see it clear as day. Let me just try and get the best drawing. You gotta be having a laugh trading this, aren't you? You gotta be having a laugh trading this, aren't you? But if you say you made shitloads of money, that it's questionable to me. It's sideways. I don't trade sideways market. Dollar cat is something we shorted it last week, right?
Yeah.
And it bounced back up. That's fine. We protected it. No big deal. Now it's cleanly broken this level. If we go a 4 hour, perhaps a bit better. Change the pivot. Right. Those of you know me, I trade a lot of the 4 hour trend, works with my lifestyle. So now we have a 4 hour trend. Yay. So lower high, lower low, come back, because we are anticipating some pullback from dollar. So we should see the Canadian dollar pullback as well. As long as it stay above this 13650 60 area, look for a change of trend again. 15 minutes, man. You can't. 1 hour, I don't think you have a pattern. So 15 minutes, you gotta be quite aggressive, So it's like today, this in the morning, maybe one trade, afternoon, just very short. Yeah, look for a pattern like something like this. So, break or retest or something, a change of trend, like these sort of things in here. So, but take this one rather than take this, though, I would, but depending on your risk appetite. So, okay, on that. But back to the 136 60 area first. I already draw that in there. So the good things with IG is once you've done the drawing, I can even see that on my phone. It's not like MT4, right? Can you see that on your phone and you draw that on your computer MT4? I don't think so, right?
No, you can't.
So why do we still trade MT4? I don't know. Anyway, so dollar yen, that's the giveaway, right? I want to do 2 chart actually in here because that's why I closed off the trade break even on gold today. It's mainly because of Mr. Yen gave me a signal first, right? So can even show you the signal here, right? So where is it? See, buy, boom. So I cut it with a little loss, but some people look at like £496 little loss. Yeah, baby loss. So I call that even a break even because it's a few £100. So that's because of yen continue to break higher. My plan last night is to see yen continue to break lower, but it couldn't. It went the opposite way. So then I was just looking at gold, and gold was ungold-like, shall we say. Usually when it's, let's go to the 1 hour. As soon as it come back in this area, that retracement, I already don't like it. Yeah, and how many hours of selling? So many hours and then really minimal buying. And then when yen do this, I just, you know what? Goodbye. Take off the trade. That's all. That's how I manage. And the bonds was actually dropped first as well, but I don't want to go into too much detail on that. Do I still want to buy gold? Potentially, I still want to be a buyer of gold, but if we are seeing dollar are retracing, pulling back, so short-term momentum of the gain, then we may see gold pull back a bit. So let's just go to gold first. I still have my marked area there, which is the 20 EMAs area, maybe a double bottom around the 1,930. Don't really want to see it drop much lower. If it drop lower, stay lower, change of plan. That's for certain. We could see that. If we see, back in the days, used to be before the pandemic, when indices go up, gold and yen usually go down. We could see that. Not saying that we won't, but the last 2 years we haven't seen that, so it's not as strong inverse correlation. So we could still see gold go up and the indices go up together, which is ideal. Stay above here, it's fine. Continue to buy. It's also okay to spike down and come back above. That's okay too. But what is not okay is break, stay below, then no, off the table. All right. There's plenty other things that I can trade or I don't have to trade. That's how I do the, plan my trading. Silver is similar. We reached to a resistance level. Yes, they tried to break, so we could see a retracement as well, but I want it shallow, right? So above here, not even the blue box anymore. So arguable, we'll move out now. Shallow retracement to 20 EMAs because when it's trending, it should be. It's not uncommon. Look at this. Bob, and the real move. We could do something like that. So, just keep an eye on it. It's not, hasn't changed the picture because the first attempt doesn't work out, puts you off. No, it doesn't put me off. It's just, it is what it is. Okay, so crypto, I briefly touch base, so I'm not going to talk too much, but let's just have a quick look because, this is my end of day planning on that. I like that. It's bullish. So I'd like to see it take off the 29,000 on Bitcoin. Well, one chart I do want to show though is Ripple. Although I have not invested on Ripple, I do see it. It's a nice breakout, isn't it? Very strong breakout on the trend line and continue to push higher. Could be a leader. Let's see how high could Ripple go. That's quite a bit of room on Ripple to hit to around 1.4, but I'm not chasing. I haven't been buying. I am quite happy to stick with just Bitcoin and Ethereum for this year, but I do, have other cryptocurrency that I look at. Coinbase. Let's have a quick look of Coinbase. weekly looking a bit better. All right. So I like to see it breaks above this 68 area because, you know, this is, it can be like that. It's just so, you know, there's some bad news, right? So it's not the cleanest, but yeah, certainly I like to continue to see and feel this gap 77 and continue to break higher on Coinbase as well, because that's one of the biggest exchange. So, you know, I like to see all this line up. But today you can already see all the crypto are in green today. So I'm quite happy to continue to hold until otherwise. Final one is Ethereum. Let's have a quick look. I think Ethereum, surprisingly, on the commitment of traders is better. Well, surprisingly, but yeah, it's better than Bitcoin. So it would not surprise me that Ethereum outperform Bitcoin later on, okay? Because we do have a little bit of soft level around the 2000, but apart from that, it's quite clean to feel this. Handsome, right? Like around this area, 1,400, 1,600. So my average about 1,500 to if it's above 3,000. Okay, it's not 1,000%, but 100 something percent, I'm still happy to take that. All right. So it's not, I can't control how much the market will give me, but yeah, this is definitely the room that we're aiming for around May, June to sell. Okay. So quick recap. Tomorrow, I think my main focus would be back in S&P and NASDAQ on the retest daily pivot would be my deal. If you are members, you know the score, Malcolm. We trade together. We put up a post where I set up my trade, exact price, stop loss. I even tell you how I managed to trade. It's up to you guys to follow or not. You know, again, this is not a financial advice. It's just my personal view. I do lose trade or break even. I do win as well. So, but I cannot tell you which one is going to be a definite winner because I do not know. But for sure, tomorrow, if I see right price action around this area, I will be taking a retest on S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Okay, so that's the main plan for tomorrow. Dollar will be a retracement, but keep an eye on that. NASDAQ is bullish, right? So even the bar is looking. Okay, so again, what time is it now? 8 o'clock. So I like to see a bit of retracement. It could be around the 127 tomorrow anyway, daily pivot. So, and EMA is just crossover now. So some of you may trade the EMA crossover, but it's best to, you know, I know some people like, oh, crossover, I'm gonna buy immediately. I don't ever do that. All right. So always wait for retracement for that. So yeah, keep an eye on that. If you are members, we'll let you know. Otherwise, you have any question, Malcolm, Luca?
No, I'm okay.
Good, thank you. Thanks.
Well, tomorrow, I think Luca or myself, either one of us will do the live trading and 1:30, but only members. Only this one will show it on YouTube once a week. The rest of the live trading in US, like the action time, so only members can see it. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you, Jake.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks.